Hey everybody, give me just a second, I'll be right back. You better lay down and be good, Frankie. Sorry about that, guys. I realized I didn't have my glasses on. Okay. All right. Thank you for joining me, man. I really appreciate it, y'all. I'm Robert. This is Guitar Journeys. Having a bit of a rough morning today. I started taking some pain pills, and I'm not smart enough to I'm not smart enough to learn from my mistakes. So this is twice now that I've taken that medicine at night, and you can't sleep on that crap, man. I mean, I tossed and turned. I mean, literally, I was just going. I couldn't get comfortable. I'd get it comfortable for a few minutes, and then I'd have to move. And I did that shit for probably an hour or two last night, in the middle of the night. And I woke up feeling like crap. I gotta go, I'm going to the doctor today at 3. And try to discuss finding some kind of medicine that I could, something that'll help me with the pain that I can tolerate. Hey, y'all, check this out, man. I got this thing yesterday. I was looking for something. I was looking for something that I could put my phone on my desk. And one of the main reasons I wanted this is because I want to do like make some videos and some live streams of my wife and I when we go out. So this is perfect for like you can put your phone in there, and it's a little bit tight though, I can tell you that right now. Hi. It's a little bit tight to get the phone in there. Let me see if I can do it. This thing seems to be a little bit. Huh. What's your problem, Frankie? You need to go outside? But it's a little bit tight trying to get your phone in there. I will say that. Do you see how I'm doing that? But it, you know, like I say, it does fit. It fits really, really tight in there. You see it? It works good once you get it in there. But you can bend these legs. They're like bendable. But yeah, it seems to work okay. But when we go out to like the lake or to a park, I use my phone to play my guitar. And then I was thinking about like to set it up like on a picnic table and make some videos while we're out at the lake or at a park or something. But yeah, I think it's going to work good. I think it was too much money. Paid $25 for it. I think that was too much money. But, you know, look, this is the way I look at it with Amazon. I remember back in the day where you had to drive from store to store looking for something. Okay? You'll spend half the day looking for this and never find it. I promise you. You drive all around town. You could go to, I mean, just everywhere. Walmart, Radio Shack, Sears. You spend half the day looking for something like this, right? And not find what you're looking for. Hey, what are you doing, dude? You better not be pooping. Uh, but you know, that's why I don't mind paying $25 for it, because guess what? They deliver. I found it. I ordered it. It was on my porch the next day. All right, that's worth $25 to me. Um, yeah, check this out on Amazon, man. It's pretty impressive. These legs, you can actually wrap it around something. I don't want to do that right now. I'm afraid I'll screw it up. But for what I want it for, I think it's going to work out real nice. You could put it up like this and look at the stars. All right, cool, man. Cool, man. Cool. But yeah, I tell you what, man. When I say getting old as hell, I ain't lying to you, man. It ain't fun getting old. You start having pains and aches and pains in places you never thought you would have. But I have, and I know I've said this a lot of times on my channel, I have degenerative disc disease, which eats up the discs in your back and in your neck. Well, I went on disability when I was 55 years old. So I'll be 64 this summer. And when you get older, nothing gets better. I'm going to tell you that crap right now, man. I don't know anything that gets better when you get older. Let me think. Maybe your bank account. Maybe. If you do things right. But the pain that I have in my back and in my neck is getting worse as I get older. Like for the last couple of years, I've been using CBD oil and products for my back. And it's gotten to the point where that's not enough. I need some kind of medicine. I guess nothing's getting better for me, Mike. I can play the guitar better than I used to be able to, but that's just because I practice every day. Oh, man. My blood pressure's getting higher. My cholesterol's getting higher. My back is getting worse. I'd say just put me out to the pasture, man. My I don't know. I got a pretty good doctor. He's pretty cool. So hopefully he'll hook me up when I go there today. You get to a certain point where, or you get to the point where you're like, man, that's too much medicine. I've already got 4 prescriptions that I take every day. I don't want to have like more. That's just crazy, man. Then I have chronic dry eyes. I have to use eye drops every day for that. Kids, let this be a lesson to you. When you're out running around terrorizing, drinking and smoking and doing all kinds of drugs, and you think that you're not hurting your body, you better think about that shit again, man, because you are. You are hurting your body. And then you're going to pay for it later. You will. What do you think, Mike? Do you have any medical problems? And they still haven't delivered my amp. I thought that they'd deliver it by now. I don't really want it sitting on the porch. Yes and no? Okay. Well, I really did screw up, man, when I was younger. I should have looked for some jobs that were a lot easier. Uh, I was out, I was always doing really hard jobs, man. Like, I can promise you this, working on the railroad for 2 years, that got me started right there. That started my back problems right there, working on the railroad. And then working in the packing house for 20 years. That kind of done it for me, man. You want to go outside, Frankie? Huh? What are you sitting there looking at me all stupid for? Mike, you're not doing much work right now? Man, my glasses seem like they're dirty. I don't know how they're getting scratched either, because I'm really careful not to scratch my glasses, but they're getting like scratched. A little work. I was noticing this guitar like on the YouTube on my like, when I look at it on YouTube, the way I had it yesterday, it looked so big. It looked like a monster. Yeah, I definitely feel like shit today. I know it's funny too, man. Well, not really funny, but kind of crazy. When they gave my wife that prescription, on the prescription, right on the prescription, it says no more than 6 a day. Holy shit, dude. I can't imagine taking 6 of those damn things. I've been cutting them into 4s and taking a quarter at a time. And then yesterday I took a whole pill, but I took them like 4 at a time, the quarters. And then last night about midnight, for some dumbass reason, I went in and I cut up another one and I took another quarter. And that stupid ass pill kept me up half the night. Ugh. I'll aim you guys to the door. I gotta take this dog out. Hey, what are you smelling the door for? Get out of here. Come on. You stay outside for a little bit. But yeah, man, that's... And then my stupid prostate started hurting, started like throbbing and hurting. And then I took a bunch of CBD oil. I don't know, man. I just woke up feeling like I had a bad hangover. I haven't had a hangover in almost 20 years, man. I quit drinking. Oh, what year did I quit drinking? Let's see. 12. I think it was like in 2012 I quit drinking. So, yeah, it's been a while, man. About 14, 15 years. I have not had a drop of alcohol. It's crazy, man. I was watching this it's a series on Prime Video. And in the series, these people were smoking. I mean, everybody on that series was smoking a cigarette or a cigar or a pipe. And then they're drinking, constantly drinking all the time. Beer, whiskey, wine, constantly drinking and smoking. I was sitting there watching that, and I said, man, I gotta quit watching this crap. I feel like having a cigarette and a drink. I don't, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, man. Yeah, I didn't sleep very good last night. Yeah, I gotta go to the stupid doctor at 3. My thing is, man, is I think like, holy shit, man, if I feel like this when I'm 63, how am I gonna feel when I'm 83? Crap, dude. I can understand why old people. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, me too. I stopped smoking. It's been over 30 years since I quit smoking. I think I was about 30. Yeah, I guess it's been about 30 years since I quit smoking. I don't know exactly what age I was. I don't know. I don't remember that. I think I was about 33. Yeah, so I guess about 30 years. It feels good, don't it, to quit smoking? But I tell you, man, I was watching these people on that series, and they were smoking up a storm, man. And they were smoking. Hey, man, I used to smoke Camels too. Yeah, I smoked Camel cigarettes. I started out smoking Marlboro because that's what my dad smoked, and that's what everybody else was smoking. Then I went to Marlboro Menthol. And then I went to Marlboro Menthol Light. Then I went back to just regular Marlboro. And then I started smoking Camels. Then I actually smoked Camel Menthol for a while. Then I tried rolling my own because I just thought if I had to roll my own every time I wanted a cigarette, it helped me quit. And it did not. I was just rolling cigarettes all day. I'd roll up about 10 cigarettes and then go to work like that. And it looked like I was sitting out there smoking joints, but I was smoking a cigarette. And yeah. But I feel like crap today, man. I need a drink and a cigarette and a joint. That'll straighten my ass up real quick. If I did that crap, I'd be in bed. I'd be in bed thinking I was dying. I was on probation, and I couldn't drink and I couldn't smoke weed. And I was on probation for a year. And they were watching me real close, man. I had to go do UAs. I had to go do breathalyzers. I had to do like take. I was taking Antabuse to make sure I didn't drink. Oh man, they were watching me close, and I didn't want to get caught, and break my probation. So I quit everything. And then when I got off of probation, I said, I think I'll I'm gonna smoke me a joint, man, and hang out and watch a movie and smoke a little weed. And I got so damn high that I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. I was serious, man. I was serious. I went and laid down on my bed with like a wash rag on my head, and I said, "Oh my God, what the hell?" I never realized that weed was that strong. Uh, but yeah, when you don't do it for about a year, and then you just go in there and like do it like you never stopped, that shit can be rough on you. But I do. My grandmother, she was 96 years old, and she was in a nursing home. And I went to go see her like on her birthday and on Christmas. Her birthday was in June, and then I'd go on Christmas. So I did that for like 3 or 4 years. No, it wasn't laced. It was just regular pot. But it was really good pot. But I went to go see my grandmother twice a year. For about probably 3 or 4 years, she was in the nursing home. The nursing home was about probably 70 miles away from where we lived. And you had to drive through downtown, or not really downtown Denver, but like in Denver. And I hated driving in Denver. So, but the last couple of times I went to go see her, she said if she wanted to know if I could bring her a gun. And I said, "What the hell do you want a gun for?" And she said, "I'm gonna kill myself. I'm in so much pain." She goes, I just can't stand it no more. She goes, "I'm in pain, so much pain." She said, every time I breathe, every time I do anything, it just hurts. And I understand. The older I get, I understand, man. I mean, I'm 63 right now. I woke up this morning feeling so much like crap. I can't imagine being 96 and waking up feeling, I know she was, "Justin, what's up, buddy? It's been a while since I seen you, Mr. Bluegrass guy." Oh, you're the one that said it was probably laced. No, it was okay. It was just regular weed, man, but it was good weed. I just wasn't used to it. I mean, you get used to something. Back in when I was really partying, and I used to sell a little bit of weed. I'd sell enough weed to get mine for free. I'm doing a live video right now. Yeah, I was smoking about an ounce of pot a week. And getting drunk almost every night. So yeah, I was living it up, man. Hey, you guys, check out this new phone deal I got. Check this out. It's pretty cool, man. The legs bend. So you gotta hook it up like this. I got it for like when I go out to like, like, I don't know, wherever there's a table, I guess. We go out to like the lake or the park, and I take my travel guitar. But yeah, you can bend the legs, you can adjust it. This here, you can move the phone around. I mean, there's some things that I don't like about it for sure, but I think for the most part it's okay. I seen on the little commercial thing that they have, you know, on Amazon. A guy took this. Thank you. Uh, I was a dirty dog, you know that shit, man. I lived in the bars, man, almost my whole, from the time I was about 18 till the time I was probably, oh God, 30 something. Well, when I quit drinking, I quit smoking cigarettes. I don't know, man. I'd say from about the time I was 18 till the time I was about 35, I lived in the bars. If you couldn't find me, go down to the bar, man. That's where I'm at. I think I even used to leave a note on my door. I'm at the White House. Well, there was a couple of bars in our town that I went to. One was called the White House. One was called the White Horse. And I used to go to those two bars quite a bit. Quit jumping on the damn door. Does anybody want a good used schnauzer? I'll let you have them real cheap. I'll even ship his ass to you. When you're in the pet store, or not the pet store, when you're at the like pet clinic, right? Don't say like, do you want anyone want to buy a good used schnauzer, because I thought it was a funny joke, man. But everyone looked at me like there was something seriously wrong with me. There was a bunch of people in there, and I was paying the bill from having my dog in the clinic, and I turned around and I looked at these people and I said, "Any of you guys want to buy a good used schnauzer?" And everyone just looked at me like, "What the hell is wrong with you, man?" I said, "It's a joke, man. All right, it's a joke." That's a little bit of a drive. That's a little bit of a ride for old Frankie. I had to take him to California. That, so I've had him in a kennel before, like when he was younger. We went to New Orleans for about, we were gone for, I'd say we were gone about 7 or 8 days. And I put him in a kennel. And he did real good. They said, that he did great. I called a couple of times, check on him. They said he's doing great. They'd take him out for walks and stuff like that. And he was eating good and doing his thing, everything was good. But now he's like me, he's older. And I was afraid that he wouldn't do good in a kennel. I thought, well, he has to have his medicine 2 or 3 times a day. He's super spoiled. He likes to lay on the bed. So I was worried, about how good he'd do in the kennel. So I took him with us to California. Oh my God, dude. That was a huge mistake. I should have stopped and got some Benadryl and drugged him so that he would have slept. But I don't know. I kept telling myself, that's not really good thing to do. I really should have. He whined and cried the whole trip. I mean, if when he did shut up, it's because he was sleeping. And he didn't sleep for very long at a time. Maybe an hour, if that, you'd hit a bump or something would happen. Yeah, poor thing me, man. I was about to die, dude. Here's the problem. He didn't want to be in the kennel. That's the problem. It was very comfortable in there. He had a big blanket with some toys. All he had to do is just lay there and be good. But he didn't want to be in the kennel. He wanted to be up in the front seat with us. But there was no room. It was a Dodge Charger. There's no room in a Dodge Charger. He would have literally had to sit on my wife's lap. When you're driving down the interstate, 75, 80 miles an hour, you don't really want a dog sitting on your lap. But yeah, if I had it to do again, I would not take him. No way would I take him. And if I did, I would drug him. I gave him Benadryl for a lot of years. The clinic that I went to in Colorado, they told me that I could give him Benadryl instead of, there's medicine that he takes, and I don't remember the name of it. Apoquel, I believe, something like that. It's for like itching. He has food allergies. Well, they told me that if I didn't want to spend that kind of money, that I could give him Benadryl. And it did work for a long time. We gave him Benadryl and it did work. But then he got to the point where the Benadryl wasn't strong enough. So we had to give him something stronger. So, yeah, those pills are like around almost $3 each. So, Frankie's an expensive little dog. He has those pills he has to take. I give him a half every day. Yeah, Frankie's an addict. He's a drug addict. So he takes those pills, and then he takes a pill for arthritis. And then he has another pill that I think it's like Fluffy the crackhead. Yeah, man, Frankie is a crackhead. Shut up, Frankie, you stupid crackhead. I always tell him, go get the hell out of here and go cut your hair and get a job. Pull your weight around here, dude. Man, I hope my head gets to feeling a little bit better before I go to the doctor. I feel like shit, man. Damn it. You're not supposed to feel like shit when you go to the doctor, are you? It reminds me one time I had food poisoning. I didn't know what I had, man. I just knew I was sicker than a dog. I mean, I was so sick. It's the sickest I ever been. And I went to the doctor, and I was sitting out there in the waiting room, and I started feeling like I was going to pass out or something. So I laid on the floor for a little bit. I thought, well, I could lay here on the floor for a few minutes and get to feeling better. And this lady came out and said, hey, what are you doing laying on the floor? And I said, lady, I feel like shit. I feel bad, real bad. And she said, you either get up and sit down in that chair or I'm calling the ambulance. And I said, hey, quit being an asshole, man. Just let me lay here for a minute. And she said, no, you're not going to lay on the floor in here. If you're that bad, go to the hospital, go to the emergency room. And It was a sucky day, man. I went into the doctor and he looked at me and he said, well, I think you got food poisoning. And I said, all right, man, you got something you could give me for that? And he said, no, it just has to run its course. And I said, you guys could have told me that on the phone. I mean, it took a lot for me to get out of bed and get down here. And I felt like I was going to die out there in the waiting room. And now you're telling me that you can't give me no medicine? I said, that doesn't make good sense, man. And he said, go get some pep, pep, Pepto-Bismol and get back in bed. And he said, you should be okay in a couple of days. If not, let me know. And I said, I won't come back to you, man. You were the last doctor in town. Oh, boy. Yeah. I never did go back to see that doctor either. But yeah, he was right, man. A couple of days later, I started feeling better. I think he could have given me something, right? You been there too? Well, here's the trippy part about it. I was married, and my wife and I were always fighting. Constantly fighting, all the time. Fighting, fighting, fighting. Never a day went by that we didn't get into a fight. And I think that bitch gave me food poisoning on purpose. I think she fed me something that made me sick. It was a funny thing, man. Nobody else in the house got sick. Just me. There was me, her, and 2 kids. We all ate the same food every day. So, hey, check it out, dude. I gave myself a haircut yesterday. So I'd be all slick for the doctor. Oh, man. Ugh. Excuse me, guys. I got to blow my nose. I'm telling you, it's been a hell of a day. About probably, oh, man. I'd say about for the last 15 years, I won't let a doctor stick his finger up my butt. And the last doctor that said he wanted to give me a prostate exam, I said, give yourself a prostate exam. And then he just looked at me. And I said, I don't want you doing that shit, man. Leave my asshole alone. And he just looked at me like, who the hell are you? What the hell are you saying to me? And I said, I don't want you doing that, dude. I don't want you sticking your finger in my butt. Just forget it. And he said, I need to. And I said, well, you do it to someone else. You're not doing it to me, bud. I'm paying the bill. I said, no. He said, well, how am I going to check your prostate? And I said, we do a blood test. I said, that's more accurate anyways. So I don't let the doctor do that shit, man. And I did my blood test on Monday. And I always do a prostate blood test. Because I've been told that that's a lot more accurate than anything else. And the blood test came out good. So I just have, I think, and honestly, I'll be honest with you, I've had this problem for a lot of years. I have an enlarged prostate. But the older I get, the worse it's getting. And when that thing flares up, it hurts. It has a pain to it, man. It's not a fun pain. So what are you guys up to today? Tell me something about you guys. you guys hanging out, drinking some beers, getting into some trouble? What are you guys doing? Oh, let's see. Guess we can play around with the guitar. Feeling a bit ill too, but not bad. Okay. What happened to you, brother? Or is it old age? Or are you hungover? Oh no, you said you quit drinking. Oh no, you said, Mike said he quit smoking. That's right. I gotta text my wife or she'll get upset. Remember, I'm going to the doctor's at 3. What's that, Mike? You're thinking about getting a professional what? A professional prostate exam? How do you like this shit, guys? I practiced the Star Spangled Banner for probably, well, I'd say at least a year. And then I made a video and I put it on YouTube. And I didn't get like no subscribers. I didn't get that many likes. One guy sent me a message saying that now's not the right time. And oh my God, that shit sucks, man. When you spend that much time practicing something and then you finally get to the point where you say, all right, I'm good enough to put it on YouTube. And then you put it on there and nobody likes it. Man, that's like a big kick in the nuts. Do any of you guys use Elixir strings? I think I'm not going to use Elixir strings no more. They keep coming apart. They're separating on me. And these strings aren't even that old. They're separating on the G string, like where you fret it. I can feel that it's separated in more than one spot. Like right there, right there, right here there's a big gap right there. There's a gap right here too. So yeah, these strings are crap, man. Do you hear that, Elixir? You're making crappy strings, dude. And selling them way overpriced. Those stupid things are almost $20 for a pack of strings. Oh, I don't think that's gonna come. I don't think it's gonna break. The G string on it. These are 11s, so that's a pretty thick string. That G string. I don't think it'll break, but it's just kind of irritating, man, that they separate right there. Wherever you fret it, they separate it. I gotta admit now, I'm very hard on my strings. I am very hard on strings. I've been the shit out. So I am very hard on my strings, but I don't think it'll break. Man, I'm glad my doctor's appointment wasn't for in the morning. Yeah, they still sound all right, but it's just irritating, man, that you pay that kind of money for strings. I tried putting tins on this thing, and on the G string, it kept making a weird buzzing noise. Every time you hit that G string, right? Every time you like strum it like that. Every time you went across that G string, you'd hear like a buzz. Like that. I swear to God, dude. It was the weirdest thing, man. It just irritates the shit out of you when you're playing something. Every time you go across that G string, it made it like a buzz sound. Hey, all right, brother. I hope you get to feeling better. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you coming and watching me. Get to feeling better, okay? See you, Justin. You have an awesome day too, brother. Okay, so check this out, Mike. This is be good information for you. I went to a guitar shop where a guy, he works on guitars, and he's got some used guitars he sells. It's a really small little shop. And I told him what was happening. And he said, okay, the reason that that's happening is because on your nut up here, it has made a hole that the 11s, okay, you had 11s on it when you bought the guitar, and then you changed it to 10s. That hole is too big, and that string is rattling around inside that hole. He said, you have two options. You go back to the 11s, or you have to change that nut. And I said, well, I'm not going to change that thing. And he said, yeah, you go back to 11s. And I left there and I was thinking, I wonder if this guy knows what he's talking about. But I had bought some 11s when I was in there. I wanted to give the guy a little something, you know, for his time. So I bought some strings while I was in there. So I went home and I put the 11s on there. Guess what? He was right, man. He was right. It went away. The buzzing sound stopped. And I looked it up a little bit more. I looked it up a little bit like on YouTube before I went over there. And or maybe when I came back, I looked it up. And one guy was saying that you could put like super glue in that hole and it would take up the space. But I didn't want to try it, man. I didn't want to put super glue on my Taylor. But when I did put the 11s on it, it did stop. So the guy was right. Let me see. Look, what should we do? I'm going to get out of here, Mike. I got to eat a bite. I can't believe my amp's not here yet, man. He told me it'd be here on Wednesday, and I kept looking outside all day yesterday. The only thing that came was this. Oh man. It's pretty cool though, man. Like I said, it was $25. But it's got a lot of attachments to it. Like you can turn it around and hook like a GoPro. Jet tracking. What the hell is that, dude? No, I'm just saying, man, if you run into that problem, I mean, the guy, the guy's pretty good. I probably would be okay with leaving something with that guy for him to work on it. I got a real bad problem with leaving my guitars with somebody. I was going to take my tailor to a shop in Boulder and have him do some work on it. And he said, you'll have to leave it here for about a week. And I said, oh, shit, dude. I don't know about that shit. I mean, what? I don't know. I said, okay, well, I'll call and set up a time later. And I never went back. I said, I can't see leaving my guitar with somebody for a week. It was a very highly recommended luthier in Boulder, Colorado. So, yeah, I called Taylor and they said that company was very good. And my guitar would be in very good hands. I would have nothing to worry about if I left it there. But I just couldn't do it. So, anyways, that's that, man. Mike, I'm gonna get out of here, brother. I gotta go eat something and see if I can get my stomach feeling better. Having a crappy day, dude. All right? All right, buddy. Take care, all right? Peace out, brother. I'm Robert. This is Guitar Journeys. Thank y'all for joining me this morning. I appreciate it. Please subscribe to my channel. Take care, dude. I'll see you tomorrow, all right? Later.